My name is Welcome back to Slay the Spire, and welcome back to Rhapsody. We're going to be going for another bard run. We're just going to ascend. We're ascending. It's time to ascend. Alright, pop that off, take a sip of my coffee. It's only 1:32 a.m. I accidentally slipped back to entirely nocturnal. Oh well. I'm glad that it's a luxury I'm afforded at the moment. Alright, I'll go for the rare relic. Ooh, glazed Taurus. Yeah, no, I love me a good glazed Taurus. Strike, inspire, defend. Strike, inspire, defend. So we strike across each, go for the attack up, inspire, defend. And I've got 2 extra points of strength to work with here. I'll go for a defense before I kill this target. Should have gotten my defense up there. That was ideally what I was going to do. Thankfully, it doesn't matter, but still. Fairy Fire, Thunderwave, Hideous Laughter. Thunderwave is a lot of weakness. I think I just take it as a one-off rather than towards a build. I'll take the money there. And the healing here. Weird translation weight, but it works out in the end. Alright, so I'll be taking 2 damage in this combat, but it does get us a extra early point of strength. So, inspire a Thunder Wave, take the attack up, strike again. Now I have the ability to go for damage small, but if I leave another attack up, I can go for damage medium instead. A lot like that. Good fight. We're getting a lot of debuffs. I'll take the second Thunder Wave, okay. I'm game. Let's see what the game is trying to do here. Yikes. So, Inspire a strike for 9 and then strike naturally. So I can kill the Spike Slime in the front line, saving myself 6 damage this turn. There's nothing defensive I could have done that turn at all. So I absolve myself of sin, frankly. If anything, my sin must have been in building my deck badly. Oh no, I built my deck badly. Thunder Wave him again, and then damage medium. Easy. Gosh. Really? It's all debuffs. Alright, I'll take Fairy Fire now. I mean, it's vulnerability in AoE to pair with weakness in AoE. Guess we're doing an AoE kind of deck. AoE. AoE. Alright. Go for the attack up in this position, and then what do I want to queue directly after that? Nothing in particular? Nothing in particular. Okay, so Fairy Fire. Woohoo! It has its own animation now. Beautiful. Okay, so there must have been an update to this character that I actually happened to miss out on. It's okay, that happens. So I do want to wait as long as possible before I wake this enemy up, because then I'm getting more benefit from Glazed Taurus, right? Has to be strike riposte. Then I get damage medium out next turn. Well, I mean, next turn I get it out this turn. No reason to delay. So ideally I prioritize defense there because my strength is only going to get better. Okay. Let's go damage medium across the board. Double defend. Alright, and strike, riposte. Now I should be able to push for lethal next turn. Sweet. Lantern, studies combat with additional energy, as well as solo is a little bit of a difficulty. Solo is really difficult for us to do. We have to find a way to use all of our notes for solo to be effective. And we just don't have access to that at the moment. I don't think we can afford any of these, frankly. I'm a little concerned that maybe the smoke bomb is going to have to be used in a couple fights' time. That said, that is an issue to be dealt with in a couple fights' time. That should have just been a natural strike. I would have done one more damage. Alright. Is vulnerability already on the enemy? Sure, we'll cure vulnerability and then cure weakness as well. If I go defend, then I can just inspire the strike happily. And it leaves me with the ability to go for a block small next turn if I need to, or a attack up if I want to. I probably do want to go for the attack up, right? Something like that. None of those. Okay, so ideally what we want is something that scales really well with our strength, like Balestra. Weakening the enemy there actually would have been really clever. That was a bad idea. And Fairy Fire, that keeps the enemy vulnerable for the next turn, and then I'll attack. I've got the ability to go for damage small. Alright, you initially launch a small attack and you've got vulnerability on you. Neat. Okay, so we can go for a strike, follow that with damage medium, go for Thunder Wave. I can weaken for the next turn as well. That seems actually really much more important. So I'll weaken for the next turn, then I can riposte at the very end and still get a damage medium out. That means, ultimately, it looks like I'm probably not going to have to leave this fight without killing the enemy. Which is pretty exciting, to say the absolute least. Got him. Hell yeah! Toxic Egg, when you get a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. With this character, you know I gotta. Sonata is pretty good when you are using Thunder Wave. Primarily due to the fact that Thunder Wave gets you really, really close already, especially with two Thunder Waves chained off of one another, to damage medium. And damage medium contains within it the ability to weaken as well as the ability to do damage small. So instead you're doing, rather than 10 damage AoE, you're doing 15 damage AoE on top of the Thunder Waves, on top of extra weakness. It gets a lot more effective with the Sonata. We'll take it. We also have two upgrades here late. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. That's almost always just a great pickup. That's a pre-upgraded Fairy Fire, but that's a Balestra. It's hard to miss out on a Balestra. Cutting Words, pre-upgraded. Is this a good position for that? It's only a good position for that if I also go for the Fairy Fire. Do I go for the Fairy Fire? I think I do. Herbal Paste. Start each combat with 3 regen. Regen can go to -1. So you heal 3, 2, 1, and then lose 1 HP. And then 0, and then lose 1 HP every turn after that. Right? So in boss fights, it's bad. In normal fights, it's good. So it's 3, 2, 1 is get everybody in their stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it. 3, 2, 1 is obviously 6 healing over the course of the first 3. I think I'm far more effective getting just the cards here. Verify Cutting Words Balestra, and then it would be removal. Also, Xylophone, upon pickup, choose a 0 or a 1-cost card. The card now costs X, applying its effect X times when played. As well as Bottled Rain, upon pickup, choose a card. That card will always... Damn it! I was trying to race the sneeze to the end of that sentence. I lost. Bottled Rain, rather. Upon pickup, choose a card. That card will always retain. Quite nice. Probably going to go for a card removal here. A standard strike. That's not a good upgrade for us right now. That's pretty good. Alright, I'll rest. I don't like the opportunity that I go into the next fight. The next fight is... I don't know what fight would completely screw us here. Yeah, because we do have AoE, so this is less of a huge problem than you otherwise might expect. Let's go for the attack up. 1, 2, get that damage medium. Because I was playing another defend afterwards, I did have to queue out the damage medium there, rather than wait for Sonata. Speaking of waiting for Sonata, Sonata's here. I would thank it, but instead I'll say nada. Alright. So now I should be able to cast damage small and damage medium at the same time. Beautiful. Allowing me to clear all of those enemies before they hit me. I suspect it was somewhat foolish on my part to rest before this position. Oh well. Ballestra is our next neat upgrade, though. Greater invisibility pre-upgraded. Ooh. Also, Phantasmal Force gains 7 temporary HP if your enemy is weak. Deal damage equal to your temporary HP. So the only reason we consider that here is because the enemies are always weak. Still don't do it. Greater invisibility is just really good. Ballestra needs an upgrade. Now we can start considering Sonata. That's working basically as well as it could. That's Sonata. Pop that one. I'd Thunderwave Strike. That's not going to be enough, is it? It's not. No, it is. Got him. Whew. All right. None of these. We need like that, but for attack. So I guess I'm asking for heavy strike, effectively. None of the rest of those. Bit much. Fairy Fire for an extra turn of vulnerability in AoE is fine, but we do have another Fairy Fire in the deck as well, so... Doesn't seem necessary, does it? Sonata, Strike, Riposte. Take my attack up. So I can get block small and block medium at the same time if I go for a defend first here. Great. And with a single defend, that would actually be full block. But instead, I think I can actually just Thunderwave, right? Yeah, and set myself up for damage medium. That said, next turn I could Cutting Words, but then I won't be able to damage medium. Alright, never mind. Pop all of those off. So the Sonata is effective if you have Rhapsody, if you have a large bar, or if you're using things that overlap commonly. So block small, block medium, damage small, damage medium. I guess like defense up and Spire. Things like that. Fairy Fire Cutting Words. Got him. Super weak and super vulnerable. That's 40 damage. Do I turn down 40 damage right now? Just to keep perfect in this fight? No, never. This fight is a race. You can't turn down 40 damage like that. You really can't. Okay, and then I'll go for a Fairy Fire Thunderwave. Do it all again. And now I'll throw out a Riposte. I'm happy getting a little block if it's viable. Greater invisibility is not necessary here. Small damage medium and weaken. Ooh, such power. Go for the defend and then strike. Look at all that strength. Beauty. Alright, we'll be able to make it out of this Hexa Ghost fight pretty happily. And that'll get it done. Goodbye, Hexaghost. And hello to Rhapsody. No, didn't find it. Improv. This turn, for every 5 notes you cue, perform any melody regardless of your note cue. At the end of your turn, clear your note cue. So why is that good for us? Well, it's good for us because we have Fairy Fire and Fairy Fire that both for 0 cost give us 2 notes cast. And we have 2 Thunder Waves, which is the cheapest I can get 3 notes for. I can also go Focused. And then just like go for a giant focus on a Thunder Wave. That seems quite low value for us, I guess. Especially because I can't use Ballesta after it. Wish is obviously like any other card that I want that is non-rare. So I can't get Rhapsody with it, for instance. Taking Improv. Velvet Choker. I have no card draw available here, so Velvet Choker never chokes me. Is that true? That's true. I mean, my only card draw is Greater Invisibility, but it's delayed by a turn, so I don't really consider that card draw. The extra energy is pretty important here. Alright. One of these days, I will take a stopwatch. One of these days. But today is not that day. There's a 3 elite path with 2 early upgrades and an early shop. And heck, I can even duck away from the early shop if I don't want it. Neat, that'll do. Okay, hang on. Only because it's so... It's a point I need to drill into my head. I'll show you what I did wrong that turn. Sonata goes first, Thunderwave goes second. All of that was fine. However, Fairy Fire cues 2 debuffs. So, if I strike, defend, then Fairy Fire, I use Vulnerability, and then I use Weakness. Of course, I shouldn't have done both of those that turn, but I'm not going to reset again. It was largely just to demonstrate what someone would do if they weren't garbage. Okay. Well, Improv is really good here. Let's go for a single strike first. Take my attack up happily. Let's go for Fairy Fire, then Cutting Words. I'm gonna Inspire a Strike. Yeah, Inspire, then Large Inspire this strike. That didn't work how I thought it would. I was almost certain I was going to kill that turn. I need to figure out exactly what Inspiration is, right? It's just double, right? Isn't it? It's just double? Yeah, it's just double. Alright, so Inspire 100. It's an increase by a percentage. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to get through my head. Prismatic Spray is really good in a deck that's using Improv. Because you get to kill a lot of stuff for free. This stuff for free. That said, you know what kind of deck it's bad in? Bad in a deck that has Velvet Choker. That's my bad. That's a big ol' Rhapsody mistake right there. If I cue a Cutting Words, I can make... No, if I cue a Strike, then a Cutting Words, I can make everyone weak. Alright, Prismatic Spray. Whoa! Really? What absolute garbage you visited upon me. Yikes. I don't know if I'm dealing that much damage this turn. Improv, Fairy Fire. Well, it's going to be defend, Ballestra no matter what I do, right? Actually, it should be Ballestra first. Small, and then defend. Gets me out of the queue. I'll go for damage large. Get the enemy down. Neat. Nothing doing here. Just keep moving. They're not pre-upgraded. They will heal me. They're really good. I had to take them. Apotheosis. Yep. Apotheosis upgrading all of those bites in particular is really, really good. And that means also that in future rest sites, I can just rest. Rather than worrying about everything else. Okay, we're gonna have to Fairy Fire first. Then defend? Wait, what? I read the wrong melody while I was trying to cast Weaken there. Just so you know. Alright, so it's start with this, then bite. Fairy Fire. Now I've got Weaken. Good. Then defend, then Ballestra. Ooh, what a bad turn. I'll go for the Inspire Large, I guess. If only that also increased the amount that I healed. Oh well. Goodbye, plants. Hello. Alright, I'll take another Thunder Wave. This is me trying to run a Thunder Wave Sonata deck. I don't know if that's a thing. In fact, I heavily suspect it isn't. But okay, we'll give it a go. We'll try it. Fortunately, I'm going to be weakened next turn. I made my choice. Hand of Greed is only non-minion enemies. Alright, go for both of those at the same time. I can only play 2 more cards this turn. Should just naturally play these then. That also queues up damage small and damage medium for the next turn. Helps me clear these creeps. Uh-oh. Okay. I probably want to go for large block here. Damage large is 18, and then next I'll do 15. So 18, 15 is just short of being able to kill the enemy. It's a large block. Then we have those casts. Unfortunately, that doesn't allow me time to actually get a benefit from Cunning Words as well. Damn. Apotheosis into bite twice. 64 Blick Clover. Every 7th normal enemy drops a relic, as well as Feast on Fear. I don't know about that one. Studied Strike? Seems unnecessary. Alright. Apotheosis does need to... Like, it is obviously not doing great right now, but the fact is it's so impactful when it hits those bites, just for the extra healing. The boot, whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increased to 5. Upgrade a card. That said, if we upgrade enough of these bites, then we can actually just remove the Apotheosis and be happy about that. Okay. I'm gonna uppercut and then flourish with a buff. This gives me access to damage large. Then I'll likely... Sever Soul Merchant's Hand. Best I could do that turn. The Velvet Choker is tripping me up directly as a result of having picked up the Prismatic Spray. I'm feeling less confident about that, as you might imagine at this point in time. Old Coin, as well as another Improv. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely trying to make this an Improv deck. It's going to be interesting to see if that works. I suspect it won't. But, you know, I'm happy to be wrong. Usually. That's all pretty weak so far, and I don't need to do anything about it, so... Let's just wait some moments. Feed is really good here. There's a weak feeds. Inspire. Songbolt. And counter for no reason at the very end. Ooh, double improv. I'm gonna Fairy Fire Thunder Wave. That's 5. Go for the draw. Go for the draw. Cast all of those effects. Fairy Fire, Bite. Oh, Ryan, you poor sod. What have you... Oh, Velvet Choker. Velvet Choker is... So, Velvet Choker is one of those relics that people get mad at, right? Because it's very obvious when Velvet Choker is causing you issues. Like here, for example. And it's very obvious when Velvet Choker has prevented you from doing something, right? Like, you can't pick up a bunch of offerings and escape plans and Flash of Steels and battle trances, etc. when you have the Velvet Choker in your deck. It's entirely my fault, not for picking up the Velvet Choker, but for taking Prismatic Spray thereafter. However, I also hadn't considered prior to that Improv's value is, like, if I want to get more than one thing from Improv per turn, I need to use Improv Draw. Right? Especially if I have Fairy Fire and Thunderwave in the same hand. That's 5 that I'm casting for only 1 cost. So I've used 3 cards, and I've got 5, so I've got 1 of my melodies cast. That is to say, I've queued 5 notes, so I've got a melody cast. So then I draw to try and get more and try and fund that engine, and that engine just stops dead with a Velvet Choker. It's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. I don't think Velvet Choker is a bad relic. I also don't think it's bad to take all of the time. I think I underestimated how often I was going to be using Draw as a result of Improv, and I snap-picked the Prismatic Spray previously upgraded where I shouldn't have. I don't think I need anything now. I don't think ultimately it'll end up killing me. I think we'll probably be fine. Not certainly, but probably. Large defend. No need to ever use a smaller one. Alright, Fairy Fire with the cutting words. Keep the enemy weakened and vulnerable forever. I'm gonna greater invisibility. And then inspire a post. Like here, this would be a great hand if I could play improv in the way that I want to play improv. But I can't. Suppose I should still probably be using it this turn. Yeah, I should have used it at the start of that entire thing. Instead, I'm just going to burn out the prismatic at the very end of that turn. Damage small, damage medium. I'm still a fan of the Sonata pickup. Sundial, every 3 times you shove your draw pile, gain 2 energy, as well as Accelerando. Again, Accelerando is a problem with this deck right now, right? Yeah, we don't take 6-4 time either. We kind of get rid of the notes in our queue really, really quickly. Ideally, at least. Improv does nothing this turn. That's so good for the defensive final fight. Ryan, don't be the world's dumbest person. Defensive final fight. Alright, let's say why that was dumb. Obviously, 2 bites first gives me access to an attacker. So, using the defend early was just bad. Didn't provide us anything, but it did detract from us. Greater invisibility, Fairy Fire, and Balestra here. One more attack sets us up for a damage small and a damage medium. Okay. Damage small and damage medium go out. Thunder Wave, damage small, damage medium again. Gonna throw out that bite and polish them off at the very end. Neat. Smoke Bomb, not necessary. Fairy Fire, way too much. Echo. I mean, it does attack 2 times, and we do have a fair bit of strength in the deck. Echo is actually a fair bit of damage for us. It's also pre-upgraded, so it gets extra consideration on that basis. Alright. So I can only cast 1 more card, so instead I probably go Inspire Large. Most impactful thing I can do here. Can leave the weaken for next. Oh no, I can't leave the weaken for next turn. Ryan. I'm always tempted just to go for the large prismatic spray. Alright, fine. $50 is pretty good damage. As is a ridiculously early lethal, though, on both of the summons. Okay, it's Fairy Fire. Let's weaken first. I'm gonna inspire a Balestra. Use damage large and the weaken. Then I get to throw out 2 bites to heal myself up a little bit. Enemy looks like you're resummoning already. Wild. I don't like how that went. We've got another improv in the deck. So we're going to be looking to try and large defend as best we can. We only would have protected ourselves from weakness if we used the ancient potion there, by the way. Improv, fairy fire. 12? 12 puts you below 15. And then a Balestra here. Casts both those out. Finally, I defend and go for a large defense at the very end of the turn. I mean, we ended up with relatively good defense considering. It's just the fact that we have to say considering there that's a little bit of a problem. Alright, damage small and damage medium across the board. 18. I mean, it's all going to work out in the end here, but it's getting harder. Heal less after boss battles means that the bite there is the correct option. It has to be another greater invisibility. You can no longer see the entire map. I think I just take Lizard Tail here. The extra energy is a little bit redundant due to the fact that I am already struggling in not energy cost, but in amount of cards I can cast. We should probably take it a little light on elites here. I have the ability to duck out of all but one elite fight if I want to. Am I guaranteed an elite fight? Yes, here. Okay, I could dodge all elite fights, but there's such a good path with an early shop here if I just take one. I want a Fairy Fire before I double bite here, but obviously I want to double bite first as well so that I can get the attack up. Perform all of this melody. Okay. Well, we go for Apotheosis. One Apotheosis, please. Get myself a small inspiration going forwards. Okay, greater invisibility is really good here so that I can actually start hitting the spiker. One more greater invisibility. That's not gonna do it. Improv, defend, I'll fairy fire, and then bite. Safety. Don't need any of those. Gremlin, what are you shuffling? Compulsion. When drawn, choose a random card in your hand. You must play that card before any other, as well as a Finger of Death. Finger of Death is unique in that... Unique? Finger of Death is interesting in that it upgrades to have a second attack on it. Not many things upgrade in that fashion. Inspire and Inspire in Song. Don't really want another Inspire in the deck. Good Instincts, I'll take, yeah, I guess. Balestra? I would have tried to pair Balestra if I had the opportunity. Sadly, we saw it a little bit too late. Sonata, Inspire Thunderwave. And then it's Strike Riposte. This gives me the ability to go damage small, damage medium across the board. And the most important thing I can do here is try and get them all down at relatively similar times to one another. No! Right! I was trying to click my notes and immediately cast something as it came up. That's a straight up misclick. We'll do exactly the same dumb idea, like actually dumb first turn. Make the same mistake that I did on the first turn. So I think I attacked there as well. Damage small, damage medium. Alright. I was trying to click on my note queue, but improv came up and it gave me another screen that I had to look at. That strike goes there. That strike goes there. I was trying to click on my note queue and it casts damage small rather than damage large. So we'll do damage large and then damage small, damage medium, and weakness at the same time to clear the board. I mean, look, if you're going to keep offering me these Thunder Waves, I'll keep taking them. Tin Flute. I can put Apotheosis in my next deck. That's wild. That's wild. I could put Apotheosis in my next deck, or I could put Improv. Make my next deck probably, like, directly Improv related. That'd be interesting. Our first debuff gets negated. How often do we debuff ourselves? Never. How often do the bosses we're about to see debuff us? Occasionally. Okay. That's not that great. Toy Battleship. It's really good. It's like really good. It's extremely good. The fact that this is, like, common is wild as hell to me. Because every boss fight, you draw an extra card every turn. Wild. That's where it matters the most as well. I guess for most decks, that's where it matters the most. Not all, but most. Let's get a defend out of there. Take the Tin Flute, take the Toy Battleship. I still might have some... Can't not take the Blink. It just would have been dumb not to take the... Alright, fine. We'll get rid of the red mask now. Oh, get rid of the rest of our money, rather. On the red mask. This upcoming shop is going to be a little sad. Would I have even taken Sift? I don't think I can afford Sift. Not in this deck, no. I may have not taken anything there, even if I had the opportunity. Wild. Sonata. Ooh, without a Thunder Wave in the first hand, we're actually a little bit sad. Right, one down. Let's go for the attack up. Pop up a defense. Blink is good here. Ooh, Blink will do a Thunder Wave, and then I'll Thunder Wave immediately thereafter as well, so I can get damage small, damage medium, and the AoE, and then pop a defense. Yeah. More than happy to do that there. Followed up with as many bites as I possibly can. 1, 2, 3. Let's Inspire Large, and then I'm not going to play the defend. Sets me up better for a next turn. Thunderwave, strike, or rather bite. With a ridiculous amount of damage there, and then Inspire a Riposte. Beautiful. Yeah, this fight was a lot less intimidating than I suspected it would be. Beautiful. Ball Bang. When you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer wastes when you spend any gold at a shop. Yeah, I'll take another one of those, sure. Echo Chamber. At the start of each combat, perform the last melody performed in the previous combat. Extremely powerful now that we have Improv in here. 2 Improvs in the opening hand. You have to be kidding me, right? Oh, that's so sad. Oh. Rough. Alright. Fairy Fire into Cutting Words. Enemy is now super debuffed. 44 damage is pretty good, though. This enemy is going to be very difficult for us, because we are very slow at killing enemies. So we should worry a little bit about Smallest attack to largest attack, correct? Yeah, smallest attack to largest attack. Smallest, next largest, largest. That bludgeon's gonna be really helpful here. Woohoo! 3 thunder waves and a blink in the same hand? Baby? I mean, obviously I don't greater invisibility here, so it's thunder wave. The thunder wave. I'll go for all of those. Blink the thunder wave. Gives me an attack up and a weaken. Woo! Lovely. No, look, small thunder waves. I knew I'd find some. Thunder waves always come to those who look. It's a common phrase. Made very little sense until now. That is definitely one of my filler jokes. Ugh. I'm trying to recognize the things that I say more commonly than other things. But that's obviously one. Damn. It's a super filler phrase as well. I do it all the time. Right. Could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. This one, thankfully, I have greater invisibility. Yikes, because I was terrified I wasn't going to. Good. Without a Ballesta in the deck, though, like, greater invisibility again, please? No? Okay. Swift Strike, Thunder Wave, small damage medium, and Bite for the good ending. Dark Side Parry ups, whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6, as well as... No. None of that. Yeah, right, Apotheosis. So, Apotheosis at this point is just something I don't necessarily need to play. It's good to know I have something that I don't necessarily need to play, but it's also sad that I'm in the position where that's a viable thing to consider. If I play improv there, all I'm doing is just denying myself a hand going forward into the next turn. Blink is really powerful. I think I need to be including Blink in far more decks than I currently am. That was overkill. Yeah, because damage small and damage medium are going off there. That was super overkill. I could have targeted a different minion with my second hit there. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that I'm about to take 12 damage in order to do this. Am I going to take 12? Ish. Skill Potion, no thank you. Discordant Voice, no thank you. Yeah, even in this deck, I'm not taking the Discordant Voices. In this position, I'm just going to try and rest back up. I'm just going to pop both the Speed Potions and the Ancient Artifact in the final combat. Sonata Prismatic. Okay, I guess I'll jump, shout, let it all out. Hang on, which are the things I can do without? Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. Yeah, that's just quotes. Never mind. Just in case anyone was wondering, like, what is he saying? It's a quote thing. Get with the culture, old man. It's hard to turn down Ballestra, but... No, I don't need to defend here. I don't need to defend here. Ryan, you don't need to defend here. You can Ballestra. Ballestra's bad, though. It's fine. Enemy could have completely screwed me over that turn. I'm very appreciative of the fact they didn't. That was wrong. It's the other order rounds that I was supposed to be doing those in. Good work, Ryan. Fairy Fire Thunderwave. Enemy's only attacking for... Actually, not that much at all. Let me go for the draw here. Improv again. Hit all those effects. Greater invisibility, and then single defense. Hell yeah! What a turn of low impact. Hit him with a big old song bolt there. Alright, more. Spire, Thunderwave. I only really want to hit the attack up here is the problem, but it's fine. We can just go straight for lethal. Bypass the entire thing. Back preparation, the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. I do like that quite a lot, actually. Here, I'll just smith my final bite. A lot of this final fight is dependent upon the speed potions. Without them, I just would not feel like I have enough defense to do anything. Let's Sonata, Improv. Fairy Fire, Thunderwave, Blink. Seems correct. Thunderwave first, right? Then I'll Fairy Fire, so I get to cast 2 things here. 2 Inspire Larges are pretty good. I may just want to go for attack up, though. Enemy sitting for 24. Actually, it's probably block and attack up, because then Blink protects me against the rest of the damage. I get to keep my 10 decks at the end of that turn as well. It's incredibly important to me. Balestra, why are you dealing so much damage right now? I only have 3 strength up. This should be 8, not 18. I have no inspiration going right now either. Why? It scales with dex as well, Ryan! I knew that. Obviously, I knew that. I was testing you. I wanted to know if you knew that. Obviously, I didn't forget that, right? We're all in agreement that I didn't forget that. Right. I have 3 cards that I get to play next turn. This was not good. Okay, how do I get the best effect out of this turn? It's good instincts. Fairy Fire, get out vulnerability, and then Thunderwave. Ow. Greater Invisibility is pretty good this turn. Especially because, unless I'm using Riposte, I'm not defending. But I just do use Riposte, right? Greater Invisibility is extra draw next turn as well. Alright, I'll take my extra attack up there and heal up a little. I can Inspire at the end of my turn. Yeah, not only do I Inspire just to have the inspiration available, but I Inspire at the end of my turn there just so that I don't have to... Oh my god, the final card was Balestra! How? Wild as hell. A big block? No? It's just damage. We just go damage. We do Thunderwave for damage instead of Bite, just so that we queue a debuff at the very end. Alright, so yeah, the enemy, like... can I deal 58 in the next turn? Probably. With 2 improvs? Probably not. Fine. Still a Ballestra in that deck somewhere. It's weaken the enemy. Weaken the enemy again. Throw all of those out. Then I can just defend. Good instincts. Don't even need to do another defense. I'll Prismatic Spray to burn it out and Sneaky Strike for damage. Ended up just short overall. That's fine. It happens. The incoming damage is going to be a problem here, though. I allow myself only to cast one card next turn with what I just did. Thank heck it was Ballestra. I was expecting that I was going to have to use Blink after that and try and just get myself through to my Ballestra turn. Yeah, I did not want to leave myself without playing those 2 bites because that is effectively like preemptive defense. The only reason we won that is because of those 2 Dex potions. However, that's also the only reason that I felt so comfortable going as aggressive as I was. That said, the fact that I did not consider that Ballestra was going to be increasing with Dex there, it means that we would not have won that fight if it wasn't. If it wasn't for that. That said, again, Apotheosis was a very, very short-term pickup, especially given the fact that after that, I like quickly paths into 3 upgrades on bites. So I probably shouldn't have taken Apotheosis, nor Prismatic Spray. I should have taken both of the Improvs and all the rest of the deck. Totally fine with those. Cutting Words was a little difficult to use just because it was a lot of the time going to destroy the melodies that I'd previously queued for myself. And Blink is criminally underrated in my opinion. Criminally underrated by me, mind. I'm calling myself out for that. That said, having Apotheosis is pretty good because I'm just going to put it in my Tin Flute. That's going to be really, really incredible for our first floor. Pretty much our entire first floor next run is going to be incredible as a result. Also, it's worth noting we still had the Lizard Tail, so we were kind of fine anyway. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we see you next time.